Okay, so for anyone trying to navigate, the online world today, it feels like the old playbook just
Hmm.
isn't cutting it. This idea of just like more content, shouting louder, the signal to noise ratio is just completely out of whack. Remember the old PR days? It felt a bit like throwing spaghetti at the wall, right?
Absolutely. Just hoping something would stick.
Yeah, generic press releases blasted out everywhere. Well, I think that particular spaghetti factory is officially closing down. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something called context-aware PR. It's much less about throwing things and, well, more about surgically placing your message exactly where it needs to be and, crucially, when it needs to be there for maximum impact.
Hmm.
And look, it's not just another buzzword floating around. It feels like a real fundamental re-engineering of how influence actually works now. It's this really fascinating blend of like advanced AI, deep cultural intelligence, and timing. Timing that's so precise it actually creates resonance, not just,
More noise. Yeah.
exactly, more noise.
And what's really compelling, I think, is that this context-aware PR, it's a truly dynamic model. It's actually designed to adjust messaging almost in real time.
Real time. Yeah.
Yeah, based on live trends, the public mood,
Mhm.
what people are actually doing on different platforms, even global events,
Mm.
and those tiny little micro shifts within specific audiences.
Hmm.
It really marks a huge departure from that old generic outreach. We're moving towards strategies that are, well, deeply shaped by algorithms, by sentiment analysis, and just the cultural momentums that define our conversations today.
Okay, so it sounds like this isn't just about doing PR better, maybe. It feels like it's fundamentally changing the whole game. Are we really seeing the death of generic pitching? Or is it more of an evolution that still leaves some room for that broader stuff? Because honestly, my spam folder certainly knows those generic emails are still alive and well.
Yeah, fair point. But I'd argue the effectiveness of that spray and pray drip press release, that era is effectively over, or at least fading very fast.
Hmm.
We're moving beyond just simple audience segmentation now. We're talking about a microscopic level of understanding.
Microscopic.
Yeah, think about predictive AI, for example.
Yeah.
It's not just looking back at past data anymore. It's actively trying to forecast where conversations are headed,
Wow.
or even who's about to kick off a new trend. And sentiment analysis.
Yeah.
It's not just positive or negative words. It's trying to get the nuance, the sarcasm, the humor, that underlying emotion.
Right, the tone.
Exactly, allowing messages to hit precisely the right tone. So this level of foresight, combined with really specific micro-targeting, it isn't just about better outcomes. It's more like anticipating the wave of public interest and actually being there to ride it, instead of just, paddling furiously behind it.
That precision sounds incredibly powerful, almost like a superpower for communication. But,
Mhm.
with great power comes, well, a lot of tricky ethical questions, doesn't it?
I mean,
Where do we even start to draw the line when we talk about this kind of context manipulation? The timing is crucial, like you said, but does this real-time adjustment also mean like way more pressure? And could it lead to a sort of, I don't know, attention fatigue if every single brand is trying to jump on every little emerging narrative?
that's a really crucial point. These tools, while they offer incredible relevance, they absolutely present significant risks. Think about trend hijacking, for instance.
Okay.
Opportunistically jumping onto maybe a sensitive trending topic
Yeah.
just for brand gain. That can be seen as really exploitative and can backfire, like immediately.
Right. I've seen that happen.
Or virtue signaling, where brands maybe appear to adopt a popular cause, but without any real genuine commitment behind it.
Mm.
And maybe the most dangerous is timing exploitation, trying to leverage a crisis or a tragedy for self-promotion. It's a huge pitfall.
Yeah.
It really comes down to balancing that incredible precision with genuine integrity. It's a fine line.
Yeah, definitely a fine line. Okay, so if that's the what's and the why, we really need to get into the how. What are the actual tools making this kind of hyper precision possible?
Right. So we're seeing the rise of what some people are calling context engines.
Context engines. Okay.
Yeah. These new platforms, they aren't just about listening, like social listening tools of the past. They combine deep trend analysis,
Mm-hmm.
really meticulous keyword monitoring, and an understanding of influencer behavior to guide not just what you should say, but critically when you should say it.
Ah, the when again.
Exactly. And this isn't just about reaching more people either. It's about becoming genuinely part of a specific community's conversation.
Mm.
Think about the difference, like a generic sustainability campaign from some huge global corporation versus, say, a local microbrewery. posting about sourcing hops from a nearby farm that just recovered from a flood.
Right, much more specific and relevant.
Totally.
Yep.
These context engines, they aren't just finding audiences. They're trying to find those specific cultural threads where your message can become truly indispensable, not just noticed.
Indispensable, not just noticed. I like that. Okay, so as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, it feels pretty clear that, well, in a world where trust seems to be eroding all the time and content is just flooding every single platform,
Hmm.
precision and that cultural fluency you mentioned, they've become way more valuable than just like sheer visibility.
Hmm.
So the goal of this next gen PR, it isn't just about getting noticed anymore. It sounds like it's about becoming genuinely needed in the conversation.
Exactly. Needed, not just loud. And speaking of the future, there's this really intriguing concept starting to bubble up. Context as a service, or context.
Context as a service. Okay, tell me more.
Well, think about like a real-time personalized news feed, but specifically for PR strategists.
Oh,
It would give constantly updated alerts saying something like, okay, right now, this specific audience is really talking about X, so a story framed around Y would probably resonate very
yeah.
powerfully.
Mm-hmm.
It's about getting that daily actionable intelligence,
Yeah.
you know, not just piles of raw data, like specific prompts and story blueprints based on the live context.
Wow. Okay, that's quite something to think about. So maybe here's a final thought for you, the listener, to ponder. With communication becoming this contextually intelligent, this tuned into the exact moment, what does that mean for your ability to tell the difference? The difference between what's genuinely needed information and what's simply, incredibly well timed. How might understanding this whole idea of context-aware PR change the way you interact with information and maybe even influence in the future? Something to think about.